It's like a mystery, going through all this history, trying to deal with life while moving through this music industry. It's like the energy takes control of us physically. Mind don't matter, but the matter seems to be mentally. But yet we still be chasing rainbows, visibly looking for the gold at the end of the road endlessly. It's like a jungle sometimes, it makes me wonder how we make it from the bottom, but still be going under. Had to call my homeboy Tweed to get some game, trying to figure out the ways of the world and how we change. It's like we going through a phase in the maze, when they take us out the cell but still keep us in cages. We've been dealing with the same shit for ages, same lies told from these history book pages. Different names but the same faces, so in turn the same rainbows we keep chasing. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome to another edition. Let's talk about it. Episode number 11, I believe. I know we've been off a couple weeks. Been a lot going on, man. We life tends to just deal life to us, man. So, we've been dealing with our own things. Big D's been to a funeral. I've been to a funeral. Personal issues, personal things. So we've been off for a couple weeks, but we are back now. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Let's Talk About It. Big D, G-Lew, we are here. Yes. I'm going to go ahead and let my boy Big D kick everything off. Big D, give the synopsis of the evening, homie.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the G-Lew Show. I am your co-host, Big D, from the Big D Keeping It Real YouTube channel. And how's everybody doing tonight? Hope everybody is all as well, man. It's just another high Monday, and we're glad that you guys are joining us. Big shout out to DD Hairston and all the sponsors who are coming along through, and now all you YouTube subscribers. Those are all that are supporting us, and swinging on by. Appreciate you guys. And if you're new, we appreciate you riding aboard, coming along, and we appreciate that. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that like button. Appreciate it. But today, man, a couple weeks ago, like we said, we had another topic that led to this topic today with expectations. And honestly, I believe in today's world, what are we expecting? As G-Lew mentioned, as of lately, me, myself personally, within my family, friends, ex-neighborhood homies, society, a lot of things have been taking place and been going on. So, it's a great topic. It's a great drop that we come and we talk about expectations. I know many of us, right? We're all human beings and we expect a lot of things from a lot of scenarios, whether it's your job, your children, and, everything else that follows in line. So our question is, or my question to you guys, what are you guys expecting? I'm expecting a lot right now. So I'm expecting a spiritual change, an emotional change. I'm expecting a job raise, just so many things that, that are applied to our life. And that, hold on, guys, my bad. Let me put this on mute real quick. And like I
What's
said,
up, everyone?
We're just trying to, just a lot of things that, expectations takes place in our daily lives, and how, we conduct things as a society. So, like I said, dropping out the scenarios, expectations, for me, if you guys don't know by now, one of my aunts is fighting for her life right now in the hospital. So prayers to her. And I'm expecting the doctors to give results. My aunt, she has good insurance, and I'm expecting the best hospitality that she can provide. But these days, as COVID intervenes, you got new sicknesses, new diseases, new viruses, everything is just equivalent to COVID. So, just to drop on a little bit, me and my family, we went down there, and, we told the doctors, so what are we expecting? It's never good news to find out that, hey, we've done everything that we can. And you get those results, and the human body, honestly, can be saved by the soul, but the body eventually is gonna give up. And in all honesty, to be honest with you guys, keep my aunt in prayer right now. She's like I said, she's fighting for her life, and we're expecting a miracle. So expectations and expecting certain things in life, could be proud or it could be vow. And hopefully, like I said, with prayers and everything, I'm expecting a miracle right now. So didn't want to say too much, or I don't want to grieve anybody's spirit or what everybody's going through. But this is reality to me, and I'm pretty sure everybody has dealt with it or is dealing with it in one way or another. And we expect good things to come out with this, but we'll let life take its course, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Prayers up, Big D. Everyone in the chat, send their prayers, bro. I honestly just went through the same thing with the situation I had with my stepmother, man, and she was same way, did all they can do, unfortunately. But we're gonna keep our prayers up for you, Big D. At the end of the day, God has the last say so, bro. None of us do, only God. So we will leave it up to Him and just pray on it, bro.
Right. And I appreciate that, man. Thank you guys for all your prayers and all your support, man. That's what I've been expecting. That brings a lot of comfort, brings out that support. Even though you say we don't know the person, I know you now spiritually, and as a member, I appreciate you guys. But let's get into it, man. Expectations, man. What are we really expecting? I'm expecting these damn gas prices to go down.
Really?
Let's get right into it, man. It seems like, I don't know whether it's the government or these these people who are in charge of the gas, and feeling us as a society, and prerequisite, they're just out there just taking our money. And I don't think that's right, for us, as a society, man, to be paying $5, $6, almost $7 in California, especially.
Ooh.
To get to one place to another.
They have to go to work, homie. You know what I mean?
Right.
There's certain things that should be, like, again, we had stimulus, we had these things, do stuff that, like, because right now all that stimulus don't matter. You're taking it all back. And that's what they say. When they do give you money and do things, believe it's coming back, my boy. So they're getting it all back right now, even though it has to do with the war or whatever. But I think it should be something like, even with your jobs, homie, like, give people gas card, like do things to give back, because people are struggling, bro. Everything is going up, and but you still have to maintain and pay all the same bills, get the same pay you were getting, all that. None of that's changed just because everything else changed. You feel me?
Right. I mean, and if you guys thought that all the stimulus, when all this COVID started, and then you're getting all that money daily and weekly every 2 weeks, that it was going to be free, I know you guys were not expecting it to
Right.
be like that,
Right. Come on now. Come
now,
on. Yeah. Expectations. Let's talk about it, Big D.
Talk about it.
Everything
now
is taxable, homie.
We're feeling it now. It's hitting our pockets. It's hitting us. When we go to the markets, it's hitting us in every direction.
The market too. Groceries are up, bro. Everything is up.
Everything is up, and who's responsible for that? What are we expecting to change? When are we going to see the change? I blame the government, to be honest with you, and all these oligarchs who are out there.
I do too.
All these officials.
I do too, because they can make it. They can make this stuff happen and make change when they want and when they want.
Right.
You know what I mean? They showed us that.
Right. And this is what I'm saying, man. These expectations, it's a hot topic, man, because like G-Lew said, I feel it just by going to work, and I don't even work that far, so thank God for that one. But for those who do, you know what I mean? I know it's hitting your pocket somewhere. And I was just on a show like a week and a half ago with West Coast Graffiti, and we were talking about, let's talk about it. And, we were bringing up, like, who's the accountability? Where's the responsibility at? And these are the subject and the topics that me and this G-Lew show and Pops that we've been talking about, and everything that we acquire and we apply applies to our lives. So how do we make these changes, and how do we make these expectations, come to our benefit? That's
right
the question
That's
that
what
I
have. Said. Elliot said they trying to get that unemployment stimulus and PPP funds money back. That's what we said.
I mean,
doing it too.
That's keeping it real 100 right there. And don't forget about the Rams facility too, man. You know what I mean? The new stadium. You know, and somebody had to pay for that too, especially from LA.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Everything, man. Everything, like we don't see it like how we think, but everything, like you said, gets paid for, bro. One
you
way
know,
or the other.
right? They take 2%, 2 cents here, 2 cents there, two
And you
cents
just
here.
don't think it don't add up. It's like, oh, okay, whoa. Or sometimes they just hit you big, like right now with this gas, homie. That's like that ain't even know, like, okay, forget about it. That's like bow.
Right. Now, and what are the expectations of that? Are we expecting the government to bring some kind of relief? Let me tell you something. It's summertime right now. This is the most time where people travel. You know, so if you're expecting it to get a little, you know what I mean, a little dire and a little smooth, I highly doubt it.
Keep expecting. Expectations.
Keep expecting, you know. Prices are gonna go up. You know, the way the world's turning out right now, you know, mentally, physically, spiritually, all that. You know what I mean? The expectations are high right now. High. You know, and the results of it are low, are really, really low right now. You know, the answer is really, really low right now. You know, like I said, I was on the West Coast Graffiti show. Big shout out to West Coast
West Coast Graffiti, Long Beach.
He was out there, and he had I don't know if you guys know, he had the Mega Man podcast, and he was saying that not only is it hitting his pocket for the gas, but even making decisions in the household as far as what to buy as far as food. Food's expensive right now.
Yeah.
You know, so you got to save a little money for food. You got to save a little money for gas. And then if you're
all the extracurricular activity stuff is like out, bro, right now. Unless it's Mando, you know what I mean, stuff you have to do or take care of events, but just extracurricular activity, nah.
It's not. Now, you know what I mean? Just to keep it real, let's talk about it. You know,
talk about it.
My daughter has a friend that she's working, you know what I mean, as a young teenager to help support the family. Now, you know what I mean? It's good when we put expectations in our children, right? But when it's for their benefit, not when they're helping mom paying the bills, helping mom, you know what I mean? When they can't save up for themselves, when they're trying to save up for their own car, they're trying to save up for, you know what I mean, they're gathering when they go on the weekends. Now, you know, moms and pops are, you know what I mean, coming to their children and say, hey, you need to go get a job so you can help out right here, you know? And that's where we're headed at right now. I can't I can't foresee the future, but like I said, you know, let's talk about it and what are the expectations when it comes down to situations like this. That's what I'm saying.
But it almost feels like we're already in the depression without being in it, because they inflated everything. We're not in a depression, but it's like backward the other way. They've inflated everything on us instead of taking everything away from us. You know what I mean? So it's almost like the same thing, you know. And like you said, it's summertime. Think about the kids that are out of school. You know, it's a lot of stuff that's going to be different affected. It's going to affect you either way. If you have kids, you know, they still going to want to do what they want to do. You know, you can't just tell them no every day the whole summer. So it's right. Like, so you know, it's just a lot of things that are going to be affected by this.
Right. And then you know, expectations, you know, they require some tough decisions, man. As far as like, I even see not only family but friends, you know, they have to downsize, and now you're seeing like families that are merging together and getting a house together, getting an apartment together. There's no more independency where people can do it themselves, you know. So they have to link up with a family member. You know, they got two cousins that they rent a house or buy a house together. However, they got to do it to make ends meet.
My man said Americans are moving to Mexico. That's the other way around. Like, instead of coming here for better, they're going there for better living. Huh? Wow.
I mean, just like the Canadians don't come over here, you don't see them stressing over
right.
gas prices or anything.
Right.
It's
we should take notes from them, huh?
Well, in some sense, yeah.
In some, not all. You're right. Because Canada is, whoo. I don't want to be fooling around in Canada. But some of the stuff is like you said, great. Excuse me.
Yeah. And like I said,
healthcare, all that.
It puts us in a tough situation where we have to make some tough and crucial decisions amongst our, you know, I mean, how we'll be living for the next 5 years. I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody has heard this before. Where would you be at in 5 years? Well, let's talk about it. You know, I can't really see, to be honest with you, within 3 years, you know, what's going to happen besides me just going to church and going to work and trying to do the best that I can. That's it.
Brother, we're definitely in these revelation days, bro. I mean, in to a sense, it's not, like, but in so many ways you see that, man, like where it's headed, bro.
Right. Because you got to understand, man. Like I said, in today's society, there's a lot of things that are changing, man. These are not the 90s, the 80s, the 70s. This is more like the purge is coming out. The expectations, people are revealing themselves. We'll talk about this group over here and their narrative and anything out. Their expectations, they're going full force and they're exploiting themselves. Their narrative, whether it's taking Latinx or this cause and that cause and this, it's just getting crazy. They don't want to support, defund the police, Latinx, Black Lives Matter. There's just so many things that are taking place. You got the NRA, the guns, the gun control.
And all of those are for what? For their own purpose, man. Like for their own, like even like the Black Lives, we see what happened with this crap. It's like it's for their own purpose, it's for their own gain at the end of the day. None of this shit is helping us.
So what are we expecting then? How do we put these groups and as far as like, hey, you're accountable for what's going on in the situation? Just like I believe, a lot of these senators and these governors and all that, they're accountable for what's going on. Straight up, you defund the police, and a lot of crime's going to go up. You put gas at $7. People are going to struggle. People, there's going to be some robbing. Some robbing comes with killing. It comes with jail time. You're putting people in a corner in a box. And you're expecting them to live off of $2 when everything costs us $10. So the expectations right now in America,
and crime was already going up like before this happened. So what do you think is going to happen now?
It's happening. It's happening. It's funny how you say that, man. I want to let you guys know something, okay? And I wasn't really going to say nothing, to tell you the truth, on this subject. All right. If you guys know, last week, man, there was a killing of 2 cops in Almani, California, right? 2 cops were slain. And at the same time, that person that killed the cop was my alleged member from my gang, to be honest with you. I don't know if you guys seen it. It was all over the news and everything. I'm pretty sure,
Yeah, I heard about it. I didn't know that part, though.
Yeah, the gentleman was from Quiet Village, straight out.
Wow.
Now, I ain't saying that, what he done, or,
Was he a younger homie or someone you knew?
He was a younger homie,
Oh.
But you got to understand, I've been to jail. And I don't know if you've been to jail, Pops, but we already know that when the cops say that they're there to protect and to serve, I want to say a majority, it's true. But in the inner circle, you got some police officers who are a little, dirty, straight up. They had their own gang.
That's you?
They had the Rampart Division. They had the Rampart Division. You guys know about that. Me, myself, I don't know about you, Pops, but I've been,
Dude, they want to jam you up. They add extra charge. I've been arrested, bro, and thinking it's one thing. I get there to the station, they're booking me, get in there. I got like 5 extra charges. You don't even know. Like they want that shit to be like that, bro. Excuse me.
Right. My bad. And a lot of times, it's because
the more charges you have, the more money you're gonna pay. Whatever they're gonna stick something on you.
So they know the roll call, they know what they're doing, right? And they're after, for a long time, let's be honest, they were actually after the Chicano, the Latino, neighborhoods and the blacks. You know what I'm saying? Let's just be honest,
Sure.
You don't think, why would, nigga, check this out. NWA came out with a song, right? Their expectation was to reveal what the cops were doing to society. What was the song called?
F the police.
Man, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm not saying that all cops are like that. They're not, they're not. But let me tell you something. I ran into a few of them myself where I encountered them and they abused their authority. You know what I mean? And I wasn't expecting that. Yeah. But their expectations.
We've had more bad run-ins with police than good, man. Way more bad. And I understand we come from street elements and all that, but come on, man. We know what their intention when we already know how they are. Seville. Go ahead, bro.
Because honestly, with a little bit of power and a little bit of authority, you know what I mean. You don't know any
forget
person.
about it.
Let me tell you, And it could be
I'll be
anybody.
legit now and still nervous when I run it. You don't want to deal with them still. You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's a perfect example, man. You know, I expect them to act a different way, and whatever their outcome is out of the day, they're just human beings, just like everybody else, right? They have a family. If you look at police officers, fire department, people in the
That
military,
part, DD.
the ratio of divorce and mental situations and their field is very high compared to a gang member or a drug addict who is out in the streets, right? Just one has more authority than the other, you know? So society, the public, the taxpayers, we expect the expectations, the law, to protect and to serve, you know what I mean, to do their job. And let me tell you something, people. If you don't know your laws and you don't know your rights, to the law, don't expect to be handed down, you know what I mean, taking some ice cream.
That part.
Expect what the cops could get away with and abuse you with, Let me see. House of Tattoo says, I don't even look their way. I don't see them. One look at that direction. I mean, is it that bad? Like G-Lew said, I still go.
Yeah, I don't want to deal with them, and I don't even have those. Like, I'm not doing anything wrong, but I still like get nervous if, I feel they're behind me or a counter. I don't want to deal with them, and I hate to feel that way. Like you said, it's not really personal, but it's just the experiences we have had, with the police. And then still, you could be legit now, and then once they, asking you, well, you ever really want, okay, say, yeah, I have been in trouble before, but it shit maybe 15 years ago, bro. Like that, oh, now they want to boom, 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 boom. It's just all bad.
So their expectations, what we're expecting from them, sometimes, let's just be honest, they abuse their authority, man, I seen it firsthand. I was a victim of it, The cops caught me. I was hiding. They were upset.
Right.
They grabbed me.
Yeah.
They put me in. They slammed me into the car three times in front of their hood. Put me on the knees in the summertime. You know what I mean? And made me wait on an hour with my head down on the hood while it's freaking 110 degrees plus the car is hot. I mean, come on. I seen them pistol whip my cousin. I seen them use a baton on my cousin. Because my aunt, called the cops on my cousin saying that he wasn't being obedient and not following, the rules and being very destructive. The cops came. My cousin just had a gunshot, he fresh 2 weeks into it, and they were pulling his cast. They were pulling, dragging him. I mean,
just doing the most.
They were just doing the most. I'm not saying that all cops are bad. Please, people. Like I said, I didn't even want to get into this subject, but right now we're dealing with the law because the law is being attacked right now. If you guys don't notice that right now, man, over Father's Day's weekend, there's been a lot of shootings. There's been killings. There's innocent bystanders that are taking place. You got government officials that people are going to their houses and disrespecting them. So where's the balance at? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say.
COs are the worst. Yeah, COs in jail are the worst because they just have no respect. It's just like I don't know what it is. They're mad at you or the world, and they are the worst.
Right.
Definitely.
Let me tell you something, man.
They make it hard for you, boy.
I've never been to prison, but I've been in jail, and I've seen them do some foul stuff.
They are the worst, man.
Worst. I mean, the COs. And these are regular people who clock in. Yeah. See, when they clock in, they go to work behind the wall, and you guys don't see where they're protecting, serving. You guys don't know what the inmate's going through. You know what I mean? For my understanding and what I've seen, too, how they treat the 5150s, those who are not psychologically there and this and that, They'll let a guy stay in a cell, shit it down all 24, 72 hours, and he wouldn't even care, and they think it's funny. But they're there to protect us. See, that's kind of what's wrong with society right now, I think, honestly, psychologically, there should be therapists that should be, they should have a group. They should build a team where they could go out and have a psychological team and start going into the streets, into the homeless places, all these facilities, open more facilities who people who have depression, people who have anger, people who have hate, you know what I mean? And let them go inside and open up a facility for them so they could talk about it. Let's talk about it. You know what I mean? Straight out. Dude, that's one way. Instead of going over there, giving, a place where our taxpayer money, I'd rather see it go to a place where instead of getting a free ride, then for them to actually, mentally, they could find some stability in them. My friend, not even my friend, he's from my neighbor. I didn't know the person at all. I honestly say a little bit that, that from what I'm getting from the information, he could have used that kind of help. You know, he could have used something like, hey, you know, because if they're not in drugs, then they're mentally, you know what I mean, distraught. So, you know what I mean? You have to make things happen. You have to make things and have people accountable, and you have to know what your expectations are. Now, these are just some of the little narrative. Like I said, I didn't want to go this way. You know, there's a lot of good things that come with expectations, but I'm just talking
Maybe
about.
they should start that, like, especially like I said, I think they need to redo first and foremost the whole school system, how they get taught classes, what they're learning. You know, that needs to be rebooted, bro. Period. Because the stuff they teach in school has nothing to do with what we need to do in the real world. 60% of it, 60-70% of it, bro. So that needs to be revamped. But speaking on that, they need to have something even with in classes now for kids. You know what I mean? Because that's what we're seeing, a lot of this mental stuff and going on. You
Get them
find
while
out
you're
these
young.
kids are got all this stuff going on. They come shoot up the school, do whatever they do that you find out after the fact. You know, so because kids are the worst. That's when they're going through the worst. You don't know what this kid is being bullied. This kid is uncomfortable. Kids are the worst, bro. So nowadays that really needs to be examined.
But see, that's a great answer. One of the answers that to help out the next generation. But you know what they're doing next? You know what they're doing instead, Pops? They're teaching the next generation how to feel their infidelity. You know what I mean? They're teaching these young kids, and they want to know why they get older and their expectations are different from what they were taught in school because they're not being taught the right things, like you said.
Right.
You know, they're so worried about what their gender looks like, what it's okay for this and what's okay for that. But psychologically, if you're gonna infiltrate that, you know, I mean, you're already damaging and brainwashing the kid already. So you're
Right.
just making society a
Facts.
little bit more tough to you know what I mean to be comprehended. You know what I mean?
Facts. 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 What's up to
So,
everyone out there in the chat? Thank you for joining us this evening. The topic of discussion is expectations. This is a two-part series. Last time we've been off a couple of weeks, but before we left, the first part was limitations, right, Big D? So
yeah,
now it's expectations.
expectations, man. Let me see. Saludos, House Joker. Hi, Lori. Ha ha. You know, all these other, let me see. Everybody's just giving each other a shout out. Expectations, you know what I mean? What is the definition of an expectation, man? You know, I wrote it down, and I hope you guys don't mind, but
Go ahead, bro.
I'll read you guys the definition of it. A strong belief that something will happen or be the case in the
Need some
future.
ice.
You know, so there's no bad narrative when it comes to expectations, right? There's also could be good positivity when it comes down to it. You know, me myself, you know, as a family man, me being married, our wives are expecting us to be the head of the house, pay the bills, make the right decisions, right? So there's good that comes out of expectations, you know. I expect my wife to be a certain way, you know, in our household, right? Come on, men who are out there, we expect our wives to be a certain way, right? When it comes down to being relationships and being married, et cetera, right? I expect my daughter expect expectations. When she goes to school, I want her to be the best student she can. I want her to learn as much as she can in the future in her life. I don't want to teach her anything negative that she could struggle or she will struggle upon, you know. And sometimes expectations in that case, yes, it could be a little hard, you know. It could be a big, hill that they're trying to learn or climb. But that's just the way it goes, you know. Because if you don't teach your kids how to expect things, you know, then how they expect to grow when they go into the real world out there and they don't act like they know what's going on. I don't want my daughter to come at me at 21 years old and say, hey, what is this happening? What is abortion? What is this? What is that? You know, I just don't. So we teach our kids young, but if you today's society, you know, they're looking at something different and it's being compromised. They're trying to make it a compromised state, which is it's all beneficial. Like I said, as far as you keep that to yourself, just don't put those on me. You know, don't put that expectation. Don't try to teach, preach those things to my family, my friends. You know, let them, if they're interested in that situation, let them go on and find out for themselves. But the narrative is being pushed so strong, and that's why we have a country right now, or I would say the world, that is pretty, you know what I mean, unexpected.
Facts. 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 Man. What was I gonna say? Where do you think we are headed, man? Like, Because like you just said, it's hard to tell. You know, it looks all bad. Do you see any daylight? Like, what do you think? Um, some people mention maybe depression. Like, where do you see us going? As a country, as a whole, as a people, as every the whole get down, homie.
That's a crazy one, bro. You know what I mean? Are we in a depression or a recession? That's where the answer's at right now. And like I said, everything's, you know what I mean, is a common of interest, man, because that's going to affect your job, that's going to affect your household, that's going to that's going to conflict with your belief. You know, we're saying if I come out here and I say, oh, well, I'm going to give it to the Lord, and I don't see nothing falling down tomorrow, you know what I mean? Like, oh Lord, you know what I mean? Like, man, where's my? I guess everybody's gonna have to deal with faith, man. But there's a war going on, man. You know what I mean? There's a lot of persecution. People are dying. I just heard right now over Father's Day weekend in Chicago, man, that there was like 41 shootings out there, man.
That is crazy out
What are
there.
the
And see, my thing with that, Chicago, not funny at all, but my thing with, like you said, that how long, like we've been hearing this now constant, the Chicago thing, like probably 3 to 4 years, constant, like what they say, especially holidays or things like 50, 60 people, like who, like we're from LA, bro, and you don't hear stuff like that. Like, so it's like, at what point are they going to stop? Because it seems like they don't really care. Like, okay, like they have to know this is going on, like a national level, you know, the government and things where this is out of control in Chicago, and they have really done nothing about it because it hasn't stopped.
But why is that though, bro? You know what I mean? What are the
I
expectations?
think they're trying to let them just let them, you know, wipe each other out. I don't know, bro, because it's like if nothing has been done, like really. I mean, I don't know what they're doing over there. I'm not from there, but I'm just saying. Obviously, we see as a whole, as a country, we can see that it's nothing because this is constant, bro. Like the last 3 years, 40 shooting, 40 people shot.
And like a special holiday, like on a Father's Day, how do 41 people get shot? One girl dies, and it's always the innocent
That's
that you know
crazy.
they get killed.
Yeah, they're always innocent. The ones
Always
that get killed
innocent.
too.
Now, how is the father of that daughter going to live on Father's Day knowing that his daughter passed away on Father's Day? I mean, come on, man, you know. And then I'm coming from a level where I come from the streets, you know. I don't come from prison. I come from the streets. This stuff is happening on the streets, man, you know. So I see it the way they're trying to do it. Let's lock them up. Let's lock them up. Let's lock them up. You ain't gonna. The more you suppress the people, bro, the more they're gonna be anguished and they're gonna want to fight and they're gonna blast back, man. That's what's happening right now, man. You know, these people they're turning these places into the ghetto. They're turning these places to the neighborhoods. They're turning these places into a crime scene, but they have a lot to do with it. You know, they have a lot to do with it. What's taking place, and like I said, Barack Obama was a president, man. I'm not even mocking his color. I'm talking about leadership.
Yeah.
You know, he's from Chicago.
Yeah.
You know, I don't see him going over there every once a year or something like, hey, we got to stop the violence. You know, we got to stop this. You always have to have somebody representing us. You know, those are the expectations, man. When you're playing football, you know, you expect the coach, you know what I mean, to drill you, to prep you, to, you know what I mean, to get you ready for that next game, man. You know what I mean? So we could come out as victorious. So we could come out winning, not as losers. And right now, the world, I ain't going to say it. I ain't saying we're losing, but I ain't saying we're winning either. You know?
Hey, Elliot said expectations have positive and negatives. The foundation of it comes with executing your expectation properly. Communication, being an open-minded, understanding failure, perseverance, accountability, etc.
Man, that's a good answer right there. You know, now tell that to the 5 million people who are across this world right now in this dire situation. And what she's saying is so true, you know, but nobody wants to hear that. Man, there's so much drugs that are going out there, bro, that like that's the expectation of it right now, man. You know what I mean? I expect in my corner over there in the block, I see 10 homeless people, man. By two more years, there'll probably be 30 of them, you know? Those are the things that I could comprehend is what I'm seeing in real life. You know what I mean? Yeah. It was taking place in my life. Where we at as a society right now? You know, that's where I look at, you know, the narrative, man. You know, so like I said, you know, like my cousin Richard says on here, man. You know, you gotta keep our faith in God, and we gotta go after the leaders, bro. Those who are in charge, man. You know, we gotta go after the NRA. Yeah, I believe that, you know, somehow I believe that we should have our amendment right, you know, to carry a gun, but there should be more follow-ups. people who are mentally, you know what I mean? This, mentally not,
that gun thing is that
it's
but I
big
think it's big, it's real big. But once you still
expectations.
look at the expectation, but once you still see what's really going on with the gun, I don't think that'll ever be, because at the end of the day, the NRA is a big contributor, real big. We see that to this country and the organizations and what they call that where they give money, stuff like that. So as long as you have that in place, you know what I mean, then I think is the gun thing is an issue that is just way too far out of hand already. It's already been it's already too many, first of all, guns out on the street, guns made, manufactured, everything, to like, what are you gonna do at this point? So the best thing you can do is try to control it, how it's, but I think it's
Okay,
just so far gone.
but how do you
I don't know.
control
You
certain
can't.
things that other things you can't even control, man? Because you don't want to
Yeah.
know why? Because you got two different groups that just keep fighting and fighting amongst their policies and their politics and shit. Who's in the middle of it? Us, bro. You know what I mean? The people, the taxpayer people, man, And it's like I said, and like I've been in this world for 45 years, man, and the way things are up today, I haven't seen things like this and like in a long time. And my forefathers have, I mean, there was a Great Depression in 19 something, in the early
Yeah.
days, and I'm pretty sure that we're gonna
All
come
this
out of
stuff goes around. I
it,
mean, we seen something. What was that? Some years ago when that it was bad for a minute, bro. 2008, 9, whenever. Remember? I don't know.
Yeah, what?
When we had like our it wasn't like no Great Depression, but it was bad. When the economy, everything went down. 2008,
Yeah.
2009, 2010, whenever it was.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. There's leaders that are involved, and those and there has to be more better resources that are out there. You know what I mean, to help the society and everything else. Like I said, mental illness is a big contribution right now. How things are going out there. Drugs is another one. Guns is besides the point. Guns, there's politics in that right away, because we're talking about people who have rights and people who have rights to bear arm and et cetera, et cetera. But what I'm trying to say, how it affects the inside home. You know what I mean? These choices and these decisions that we make, and we have to, put them in our household, and now we have to change the configuration and live how and adjust to what's happening out there and how it's going to benefit our lives. You know what I mean? And as a daily, and as a community and society, to tell you the truth, man. It seems like, how they say right now, the rich is getting rich and the poor is getting poor, man. And it's not even shy about it, man. Let me tell you something.
At all.
They're not even trying to hide it, man. They said that this was going to be a communist country, and I ain't saying we are, but you know what I mean? It's just certain things, how people act. The way you act, that's the way you're going to be treated, man, and that's just the way it is, man, And if you see certain people like, doing certain things, and our government's allowing us to do this, they're allowing us to do that, and it seems like, like I said, we're just stuck in the middle, man.
All bad.
Richard Rodriguez says, what do you say? Legal
Richard's
gun,
saying a lot of good stuff.
Are mentally ill,
He said law-abiding citizens are affected by overreaching gun laws.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I mean, this is what I expect, man. If you're gonna buy a gun, you should only be buying one, man. I don't know how they let people buy 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You might as well let the people buy a tank and a freaking helicopter, bro. You know what I mean?
And then these high-powered guns, though, especially if you can't show proof that you're in a gaming club or a shooting club or something of that nature, or you need this for a certain reason, you should not be able to buy a high power. Just like that kid that did the shooting, he went right in there and bought that shit, bro. 18-year-old, however old he is, you know what I mean? Not only should you be a background check, but why are you purchase? Like, what is the purpose of this gun? You know what I mean? Exactly. Things of that nature. If you don't, you know what I mean? Because they shouldn't be selling these type of weapons anyway. But let alone anyone can buy these type of weapons. What are you buying this for?
I mean, tell me this.
What person needs a type of weapon? Real talk, homie.
Exactly.
You feel me?
If you're only 18 years old, right, I say you probably just grew some balls when you were 13, 14, let alone you were 1, 2, 3, 4 years old. You didn't learn nothing at those ages, you know? So right away, so when you became 13, 14, 15,
Me need a
17,
joker, but I got one.
so
Yeah.
by that time, now you're allowed to buy a gun. Like, how much development and responsibility and accountability have you developed, and knowing the knowledge of what a gun and what it can and can't do? You know, we
Right.
teach we teach our kids at a young age, man. Cops and robbers, you know what I mean? Shoot him, shoot that, you know. So you
And
see
then
it.
these kids grow, and then nowadays too, Big D. You know, a lot of these kids grow up on these games. Like they play Call of Duty, all this
Call
stuff
of
all
Duty,
day.
that's
So
what I'm
it's really like they really want to. Some of them really want to go try it out. Like, you know
you
what I
know.
mean? Let me see. Real
That's
talk,
what I'm
homie.
saying, man.
Johnny, what up, baby?
What's that other one, bro? Where where the guy goes into he steals the cars and all that. What game is
Oh,
that?
GTA, Grand Theft Auto.
That photo, man. You know, they show
Yeah. boy. Yeah,
my
man.
cousin's playing that crap, and I was like, they show. He goes, yeah, look. He goes, I could buy a girl right now, a prostitute, and take her. And I was like,
Right. Stuff like that. They showing them
these
the
are
whole get down, homie.
13 years old.
Yeah.
So I'm
And these
expecting,
kids are really, some of these kids are being raised off of these games. Real, like
boy,
they, you know what I mean? Real talk.
let me tell you, my boy, I'm expecting my cousin to come over and tell his damn kid, like, hey, what are you doing, man? You know, read a effing book, bro. You know what I mean? Go out and play, you know, with the kids on the block. Oh, my bad. The kids don't play on the block no more because
No,
everybody
they
is
don't
just,
do that no more. They're
you
playing,
know,
they're playing Call of Duty and GTA, dog. They're online. They play online against each other too. So they communicate through the game. Fernie says guns don't kill people. It's our society, how we have become so sensitive towards everything and everyone. Is so happy and people are scared to open their mouth. That's fucking that's real talk. Like, because hey, that's real, bro. You know, Big D, when we were raised and we came up, bro, you knew everyone, pretty much your family or whatever, knew everyone in the whole block, bro. You know what I mean? Your neighbor, your across the street, even if you weren't close, like you knew them still. You know what I mean? Your parents could communicate, whoever could communicate with your, you know, now you don't even know who your neighbor, even if you live in an apartment, who your next right here, you don't even know them because no one wants to speak.
Right.
They may be afraid or you don't like or whatever, so you don't even know your surroundings, homie, which cannot be good. You know, that's to help you, not, you know what I mean, not to hurt you, because you never know, you know what I mean, when you need that, you know what I mean.
Pops, it was a different sense of expectations back then. Like you said, back then we grew up and we expected to join the local football team, the neighborhood baseball team.
Mm-hmm.
We expected to go to the local, you know what I mean, high school, junior high, elementary. So everything was all communication. You know, we were elaborating. You know, you knew what was happening in that guy's house and that girl's house, because everybody went to a place and we expressed ourselves. We like, hey, we went to the park, man. There was like 20 kids and we knew each other, man. You know what I mean? My dad used to hit me. Like, you get a little sense of like relief. The park was a safe haven. The school was a safe haven. And right now there is no safe haven because, you know, we have so much society and anything that's out there. You got Instagram, all this social media, the games, everything is
they are so clouded. You can't even really have a conversation with your kid, like real, like without them, you know, looking on their phone and doing all this shit.
Bro,
like,
I can't even have like you said.
Oh man, real talk. What's your password? All they want to know is what's your Wi-Fi password, dog. I don't want to talk about it.
Bro. Let's talk.
And they got their headphones on, and they're just so occupied, bro, with really nothing. But people now can't even go 2 feet without looking at their phone. That's not only kids; that's everyone.
You just, you know, that's what I'm saying, you know, and okay, so you know, we try to give
Much love,
House of Tattoos. We try to give a sense of accountability and responsibility, like we said. You know, you guys, if you guys haven't seen the topic, go back to the shows. We got the episodes that are up there. We'll give you our point of view, but this is what we're trying to go to. That's why every episode is very important to what we're doing. I'm not trying to say I know it all.
Right.
I know Pops ain't trying to say, but I tell you what, though, you know what I mean? I'm on my P's and Q's. I don't know about you. And that's where it is. See, when you start realizing and you guys let your children, because that's where it comes from, the generation before us, you know, what are you teaching your kids? And now, you know what I mean, they're making it a lot easier for, you know what I mean, different communities to come being raised by this person, you know, and they grow up to say they have a mom and a dad and a dad. They go back, they go into the real world out there, and they find out that their friends have a mother and a father, but you know what I mean? They wonder why they have a dad and a dad or a mom and a mom. And you don't think that's going to have some kind of conflict or some kind of, hey, what's going on here? I did. When I knew that my father was dead, and I started realizing, like, how come everybody has a father, but I don't? Hell, I got into a gang, bro. You know what I mean? It effed me up. You know, it hurt me. You know what I mean? I felt like a bastard. That's what I was. And then he had to, for people to call me like, oh, you're a bastard. You don't have a dad. Like, man, then you grow up in that situation. Now mentally, now let me go out to the streets and let me react to people. Let me see them act crazy with me and act tough with me and to see what I do. I don't care if it's a cop. I don't care if it's a freaking mayor, the president of the United States, bro. You know what I mean? I'm going to make them feel how I feel. That's the way it is. That's where we're at right now. You know, once you get older, man, society has older. But you know what they're really after? They're after the younger generation, bro.
Facts.
That's their expectations, man. And if you, as parents, or you know what I mean, as family members, siblings, if you're not looking and you're not watching, I guarantee you, man, you know what I mean, that something's gonna get snapped up. And they use diversion. You know, they have diversions. The gas is going up, food is going up, but they're really trying to attack the family, bro. You know what I mean? That's what they're trying to do, man. They're trying to separate us. You know, they're trying to, you know, they're trying to divide us, color. You know what I mean? Racial. Right. They're you know, let me tell you something, man. They're fulfilling their expectations right now.
I keep it nice. Yeah. I mean, I'm checking out the chat. A lot of people are speaking like even like guns, like, you know, saying guns are in the hands of the wrong people because responsible people, guns are just about protection. That's really, protecting yourself. You know what I mean? More than anything. And I think that's true, man. Like, Richard said that, DD said that, like, you know, I don't care to use my gun, but if someone violated me or broke in my house or whatever, and that's what they should be for. Like, even in the home, you know, you have that for your protection of your home. I don't think no one needs to be walking around all the time. See, because a lot of times that's what causes more issues. It ain't the fact that that'll be someone's excuse when they have a gun with them. I was protecting myself, but it could just be a little argument or a woundy whoop, and then now because you got a gun, you're going to be quick. Or a fight. Maybe it could turn into a fight, but now people are scared to fight. Can't nobody fight, especially these youngsters. So that's an excuse to use a gun. You know what I mean? So a lot of times having a gun causes more of the issues, especially someone who is not responsible and can't think, you know, the whoop, whoop, whoop. Like, I'm the same way. If I had a gun, it's for protection. I never even was one to, like, care for guns. You know what I mean? But I know one was always close and ready, but I just come from shit. I don't need that because, you know what I mean? That ain't the energy I have and all that. I have it for protection and defense, you know what I mean? But I'm not, you know, going around with, you know what I mean? So again, I think it's all the mind state, bro. But at the end of the day, you need a firearm for protection, protect your home. You know what I mean? But just all the extra shit is nah. That's what causes more problems to me personally.
Well, trip on this one, man. Like, I don't know if you know this judge. You know what I mean? One of the justice, the guy. Forgot his name, man. The one that all these protesters are in front of his house, man. You know, Judge Glavinar, whatever his name is. You know, and you know, I'm not really for the dude. You know what I mean? He came out and you know, Judge Kavanaugh. They try to put some smut on him. It didn't work. But now look at him. Now they're exploiting where they gave the homie the address. They gave the people the address. Now you got people who are regular citizens in front of your house, man. You know what I mean? And they're suppressing and oppressing, putting the pressure and trying to scare him to change. Like, hey, you better not defile and you better not go against, you know what I mean? We'll say, you know, abortion, you know, like YouTube, don't flag it. We're just bringing up scenarios. Now, if I was just having on, man, and now I see a bunch of people like this, man, I want to go to the gun store real quick, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now you're not, see, society, that's what I'm saying. They see people who are divided already, bro. People can see that, man. You know what I mean? So if they could see it, then they're going to jump on it and try to do anything they can to suppress, oppress, put fear, and you know what I mean? And take away all the laws and everything else that comes with it. And that's where we're at right now. You know what I mean? So the people were fighting for our freedom and our justice. Yes, we could be a voice. I believe in that. But what are you expecting from that? Is it a positive or as a negative, you know, and everything that people are doing right now, I totally don't agree on.
Right. Facts.
You know, it's just crazy, man. Now we could go into a topic, and like I said, man, we could talk about, you know, my expectations that, hey, you know, my wife, you know what I mean, she expected, you know, she went to school, you know what I mean, and we sat down and we're like, hey, what were the expectations of going to school, right? And not only was it to educate ourselves, but it was to make us get a better job and live a better life and be productive, you know what I mean, be law-abiding citizens and pay our taxpayers dues and et cetera, et cetera. So, hey, the expectations are high. But when you set high expectation standards like that, you're going to get a benefit from it, you know? But anything else, like, you know, I'm trying to talk about stuff and topics that are happening in society in today's life, man, you know? I just mentioned, I went a little private and I told you, hey, you know, pray for my aunt, you know what I mean? Because of this is what's going on. Now, I know she has a bad liver. You know, I'm gonna be honest, you know, I'm gonna keep it real, right? You know, let's talk about it. You know, I told you guys about my aunt, but you know what I mean? She kind of put herself in that situation because, you know, she drank a lot, you know, she and when she was younger, and now, you know, one part of the body part ain't functioning. So guess what? You know, and one body part's gonna affect everything, and that's what we're talking about today. You know, let me tell you, people, if we can't get along and have the expectations, you know what I mean, to get along with each other, put the guns down, you know what I mean? Let me tell you, that one body part that's not cooperating, it's gonna kill us. You know, that's just the way I see it, man. You know, and it starts with me first, right? It starts with the expectations, my first. That's why I dab here, I dab there. I'm a little bit of everywhere. You know, that's the way you got to be. You know, because if you're not taking care of this block and that corner over there, then guess what? You're about to be caught slipping, and that's just street smart. You know, that was the expectations for me from being on the streets. I wasn't going to get caught slipping, even though I did. But let me tell you something. When I got caught slipping, I was ready for it. Let me tell you, people, are you guys ready for what's going on? You think gas prices is just the start? Let me tell you. You know, I think hitting the food where we eat as a source, that's just a start. You know, there's enough money in this world right now that could take a benefit. We could give $1 billion, $1 million, $1,000 to everybody, man, every week. You know, the real welfare, you know what I'm saying? The real giving back, you know, but we don't because because society, government wants to control. So depending how much you want to be controlled to, you know, depending on what level that you want to be involved in, that's totally up to you, people.
Right. I never wanted, Richard Rodriguez said, I never wanted to own a gun. However, with the increased crime, I believe I was forced to. I'm not going to lose my life because of someone coming into my house to kill, steal, and destroy my family. Factual, bro. Facts. I mean, that's what I said. Everyone should own a weapon for their home, man. Like your home that you live in for protection, especially these days we live in. I think that's necessary, mandatory almost. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, like we know, it's responsibility, and responsible people, you know, don't hurt other people. You know what I mean? That's irresponsible people, and those are the hands of the guns are in. And but it's so much bigger than that, because it's not only the hands of the guns that they find themselves, but it's the people too. Like we have to go back to, like we was talking about, mental health. These kids, who has the guns? Why are they doing it? What's going on? You know what I mean? It's a lot of shit that goes into that too. And again, when the wrong person gets their hand on a gun, it can be bad.
I mean,
and that's when we see all these tragedies, really.
Right.
Aside from the just street violence, the nonsense, you know, that again, you know, kids are doing and don't know the impact, man. Like
they don't know the real impact of relationship, man. They don't know the impact if somebody's hurting, somebody's grieving, somebody's sad. You know, they don't understand really what's going on. I think they're caught up in the middle. I feel like our younger generation, the generation now, is just, they seem like that's there. You know, I analyze my daughter, and a lot of times, you know, she's in the room, you know, she hangs out, she's doing her own thing. And I remember when I was young, I would be in the room, you know, talking to my hyena. But I was ready fast at a young age, man. And at 13 years old, you know, I was past spin the bottle, bro. You know, I mean, my expectations were higher than that, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I was trying to get some, you know. But anyways, but now, you know, their expectations is just like I said, that COVID thing, that messed them up, man. You know, you know, when they didn't have a year of school, when you're not really socializing and understanding your neighbor, communicating with your partner. Let me tell you, people, that's where we're at right now. There's no respect amongst each other, man. And it's past color, it's past religion, it's past all that. Now, where we're coming down to, it's government control, man. And that's where they wanted it. They want us to fight with each other, throw us all in, segregate us. If you have money, then yeah, you belong to a certain crowd. If you don't, it's coming down to that block, and then some of these blocks they're gonna have a dead end on it. And if you don't know how to cut the fence in the hole and go to the other side, man, I'm telling you, man, you're gonna, there's war that's going on amongst our children, amongst, responsibility, accountability, being censorship, being honest, modest. Like you said, we shouldn't be walking around with AR-15s, man. I mean, there should be a gang in every corner then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's just crazy, man. How are you going to teach somebody expectations that, they're not hunting? How is a person that's mentally distraught going to help benefit like with a gun? You know what I mean? Or are they going to be contribute to a firearm? It just doesn't make no sense, but they could go get one. Unless they're evaluated, you know what I mean? And then they could make a determination like, hey, this person don't need it. But there's so many millions of people in the world. Are we all going to get evaluated? What the hell are we all getting evaluated for anyways, man? Shoot, who's healthy, who's not, who's strong, who's weak, who has more money, who doesn't. Man, what happened just going to the local high school, man, and just putting your kids in, and the baseball team and the football team, the swimming team, man, There's that, what happened to the real expectations that are going to help people grow? They're going to help people to understand. They're going to help people make the right differences, and their experience of life and expectations, I ain't saying they're going to make all the right the choices, but if you put them in a system, in a program that, maybe they could build some self-confidence and some self-expectations where they're expecting themselves to be a law-abiding citizen and to contribute back into society, not be a part of society. I didn't want my daughter to be a gang member. I don't want her to be on drugs. I don't want her to be hanging around with the homies getting pregnant at a young age. No, those are not my expectations. I'll tell you that right now.
Facts. Tired of disrespect needs to change. Yep.
Tired. People
have communication skills. People don't have communication skills too.
That's another thing, man. The teachers these days, man. Let me tell you, I ran into some teachers, and I was kind of, I was suppressing my daughter, because I had some expectations on her. Like, hey, why are your grades low on this, especially on this class? I expected you to do a little bit more. See, these are the expectations that we should be drawing to our children. The good expectations, the questioning expectations, to show their credibility. Now our expectations are somewhere else. Oh shit, man, I can't pay gas. Oh, whether it's gas or food. I mean, come on, they're making us decide whether it's gas or food. You know what I mean? Is it gas or family? Is it gas? You know what I mean? It's just, these expectations are crazy, man. It's just, I'm telling you, man, what happened to those days, man? Hey, I expected you to color this nice book, man. Go back to the roots, man. And now that the society is going so fast, man, we just skipped a hurdle, man. It just went from this real quick. COVID came, boom, We got some new leaders and some new people inside our thing. And now we're in like, damn, you know what I mean? Oh, I'm expecting the gas to go low. Oh, I'm expecting the food to go low. Oh, why is there so many killings and it's happening? 41 people got shot in Chicago. Two officers got slain in California 2 weeks ago. What about their families? I mean, there's just so much stuff, man. It's just, you know what I mean? What are you expecting, people? All you who are in the comments or who are on right now participating, man, what are you guys expecting, man? Straight out.
Big D, man, you ever thought about, I thought about it. I know it's in your family background, but you thought about, man, preaching the word, brother, going all the way, bro?
Yeah, you know what I mean? To me, on that situation,
it's already in you, huh?
The expectations, you know what I mean? In that situation, I don't have to go to church and be behind a platform.
No, exactly. That's why. Exactly.
I don't have to be even right here. I do this on a daily base, man. I go to when I see my family. I come at them with real talk, you know, keeping it real. If I come with friends, I keep it real. If I come with, if I come with coworkers, I keep it real with them. I ain't saying that I'm 100%, 113% innocent and what things.
But you could go all the way with it, Big D.
Yeah, of course. Well, we should all go all the way with everything that we believe in and trust, man. You know. And let me tell you,
expectations, Big D.
Huh?
Expectations, man.
Expectations, man.
For you to be. Hold on. The expectations for Reverend Big D. What are
expectations, man? But see, well, like when I hear that, bro, that's why people. It's funny how you mentioned that. When I hear that expectations, there's a lot of accountability that comes behind it, a lot of responsibility, everything that all the subjects we touched about. You know what I mean? So it comes with
a lot. Yeah,
it comes. There ain't no way that I could be perfect, man. People will look at me if I'm not living in the mansion and have nice cars on. They're gonna be like, "You a preacher?" Like, hey, but you know what? I'm humble.
But you be but when that's what I get from you sometimes when I'm hearing you, go on one, homie. That's what I like. I feel like, you know what I mean? I'm getting the word, bro. Like you're in service. You know what I mean? We was talking about it, but you know what I mean? You kicked the word in on us at the same time, bro. But I know it's in you already, bro.
Yeah, and I respect that, man. I appreciate that, man. Like I said, I'm not even really talking about God, bro.
No, I know,
like
I know.
Said,
Man,
man,
I'm just saying, but it spills out.
Yeah, because what it is. I'm transparent, bro. I care about our people, man. You know what I mean? You have over 15, 20,000 followers. I have over so many followers, and we're accountable, man. We're trying to. I hate to think it. Now we're gonna jump into another topic, right? Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it, man. Hey, hope you guys are ready. Boom. Real quick. Now I've seen a lot. Let's go. Let's talk about the expectations on YouTube, man, and those who are out there that have a platform and have thousands of followers on there. And as of lately on there too, it's been a pretty darn shame, man. To be honest with you. And what I mean by that is I've seen a lot of these, especially from California, these prisons channels. I'm going to talk about it. If you guys want to call me on it, then hey, you know how to get a hold of me, straight out. But I just seen something recently that, these two groups that were gradually from the same area growing up, they know certain people amongst each other. And now they hate each other. Now they're fighting with each other. Now they're feuding amongst each other. And both of these parties are supposed to be representing the Chicano Latino culture. Now, how in the hell are you representing the culture and the people when you guys have a high intensity of followers and now they're seeing you guys fight?
Because it's YouTube stuff, man. I'm seeing it fold right in front of my eyes, right? It's just like it's turning into Hollywood type, same politics. You know what I mean? People just on YouTube, but YouTube it's almost like, so people are it's turned Hollywood type stuff, man. These dudes, man,
Pops,
are going Hollywood on the low and they don't know it.
Pops, before we started the show,
YouTube Hollywood.
Did we talk about that though?
Man, yes.
Let's talk about it. Before they came out and let's talk about it, man.
Yes.
And that's the expectations that I'm talking about. These people are saying that they're from the younger generation, that that they're trying to make sure that people don't go back to prison, helping out the youth, dealing with the community, blah blah blah, so much. But then again, when they come out and they're saying "F that motherfucker," or that guy's a fake, or he's a chavala, or he ain't no good, or his race, his colors, he's bam bam bam. I'm like, what the heck is going on here, man? And those are not my expectations, man. First you were feeding my spirit, and now you're grieving me. I mean, just like, man. So I'm gonna delegate somewhere else. And that's why I come out here, and that's why we have this platform, which I appreciate and I respect, because right now, as far as me and you keep an eye on each other, toe on toe, and making sure that hey, we're properly
right
discussing, regular happening
real stuff, not no gossip and
real talk, and not bullshit.
None of that. TMZ stuff, bro, and that's what everything is turned into now. Like everyone's channel is some way or another. That's what it seems like it's about, bro. And it's just like
I'm expecting
sad,
something
man.
different, bro. I'm expecting something different. And I'm not getting what I first got in the beginning, you know, and that's why you say, you know, people.
Everyone wants views and shit so bad that they're willing to just do anything to do it to get it, man. It's like that's I just can't. I'm never gonna go out like that, man. Never do. I'm never gonna talk. You know, I just never want to do that on my platform. Get on there and spill nonsense, bro, and BS, bro, and just to get what I mean, or benefit off someone else's you know law, like people get killed, die, or whatever, and people make stuff just because they know to get the views. Like never, man. Nah. We'll just keep to our regular program and we'll do it how we do it, bro. And the real people rock with us, and if they don't, they don't.
That's true, man. But we're growing family. We appreciate all you subscribers. All you keep rocking with us, man. But all right, I'll turn it to another one, man. This will probably be our last one. You know, this is gonna be a little fragile. It's gonna be a little sensitive for all you people. You guys,
I want you guys,
you ladies and you gentlemen, you guys.
I
want this expectation on you. Okay, this is a question for you guys. Let's go. Expectations on relationships, huh?
Ooh, hold on.
On your old ladies, on your hubby. You know, what are your expectations? I like when you do that, man. What are your expectations when it comes to relationships, man? That I think that's a real tough one. I'll let you give a little glimpse of that, G-Lew.
You said what?
I know you be loving the ladies out there.
Man, so that's why I'm saying I'm maybe the wrong one, but I will say this: expectations of relationships. Man, it's I would say this when I guess you answer that differently depending on who you ask or how, but like I say for me, expectations, it's hard to deal with relationships because it's just, especially I guess when you're older now, because you kind of the things you want, you think that you know the things you want, you know what I mean, you smell the BS a mile away, you see this, you see that, so it's so many things that pull at you and that you take in accountability when you're quote unquote trying to find someone or think you really want that's the one to settle down with, man, because there's so much at stake now, so you fight these all of these different things, and it's hard to deal with these things, and I'm sure a lot of other people can attest, you know what I mean, going through
I see a few comments already. Honesty, respect.
That's not simple to answer exactly, because it's a lot, man. It's hard out here, man, you know what I mean. But I know my heart is pure. Me personally, my heart is very pure, very pure. You know what I mean? So that's all I can say.
That's a good answer, though. Transparency, honesty is.
Seriously, that's the best way I can answer it, man.
In all honesty, you know what I mean. That's what I think most women or men. I think we all.
Everyone, honesty, loyalty, respect, like they said. Honesty and loyalty is big.
Right. Another one that I want to elaborate, I think, is love, man. Love.
Let's talk about it.
In a relationship, if you love somebody, the way you say you love them, you don't care how they look. You don't care how much money they make. You don't care, you know what I mean, how much body parts or whatever this, you see past through the image and you look at the person's heart, man. And you know what I mean? And I think a lot of expectations, people put expectations on relationships. And, that's why a lot of relationships are dysfunctional, right. Because, the expectation, they want this, for instance, the wife wants the husband to be a hard worker, provider, like everything that we had the definition of, a husband should be this, a husband should be that. And then a wife, you know what I mean? I think we put a lot of expectation on them too, because they're supposed to be watching the children. They're supposed to be cooking us food. They're supposed to be having the house clean. You know what I mean? Those are the old generation expectations of a relationship, right? But what still works, honestly, for me is love, man. That's what works for me in my relationship. Those are the expectations of my wife. My wife will tell you, I don't tell her what to do or what to say. There's certain times where, I'll be like an advisor. Like, hey, babe, you're doing this too much. Hey, you're doing that too much. Let me see. If you tell the truth, it is easier to navigate the waters. A lie will cause a storm. Honesty, respect, and loyalty breeds love. Hey, that's
that part.
Hey, give her 2 thumbs up. You know what I mean? You know, that's a big thing, because right now in today's lifestyle, you know what I mean, it's all about relationships, and we need all that. You know, we need respect, we need honor, we need love, we need support, and that's what it's not only you know, you got to have your faith, you have to have your belief, you know, you have to have your expectations, and
She
that's
said
where
that's a good one too. People, everyone, like people in general, come with major baggage and prior damage. Exactly. If you live long enough,
people
people
need
need to heal before anything. That's a big thing too, because a lot of people, like you said, 'cause everyone, if you're, especially the age we are, and you're whatever age you are, if whatever has baggage or something, you know what I mean? Like she said, major baggage or prior damage, and then some people get right into relationships before they've healed or had time to do anything, and get into another relationship, and the other person, like you said, may not know that, you know what I mean? So they haven't had proper time to heal, so it's already can be bringing, you know, I don't know, that relationship could already be doomed as well. You know what I mean? Because
right,
people need to have time to heal, not only heal, but reset. You know what I mean? You
right,
reevaluate everything. Sometimes, man, we have to realize too, we may not be ready for that relationship. Like, because you can't make someone else happy if you're not happy, if you don't have your things in order. And that's the thing too, as responsible people and adults, especially men dealing with women, and you want to wife, quote unquote, wife someone, or get someone pregnant and all this, and you don't have your things in order, your life in order. You know what I mean? That's not fair to the woman either. If she invests in you and starts loving you and all of this, and you're not really prepared to treat her the way she needs to be treated, or just be a man, or just things that come with being a better half. That is a responsible man. You don't need to be in that relationship or even lead her on. Period.
right. And if you know, like I said, when you interviewed my wife, we talked about that, bro. We talked about how, like you said, we were both dysfunctional people coming together, and we thought it was never going to work. To tell you the truth, and like how, like I mentioned, the only way I could see it, and to tell you the truth, how it worked, I had to love my wife. You know, I looked at everything that she was doing on the outside, but until I put my foot in her shoes, then I was able to develop a relationship on the inside. It took a long time, bro. You know, my wife, she was pretty. She came out of prison. I didn't, but I came out the streets. So that was two wrongs going into a right. You know, what I mean, two wrongs don't
Right.
make a right. So the expectations of that relationship were, we're not supposed to be together, man. We're not supposed to be this strong, 18 years and strong, bro. But I put myself in her shoes, and I was able to understand, with the help of my personal Lord and Savior. And I was like, hey, man, how do I do this, God? And he showed me an example. For all you faith believers, if you guys know the story, Jesus died and went on the cross for us and died for all our sins. And I looked at my wife like, man, Lord, how do I deal with this lady, man? He did the prime example. He's like, hey, you got to love her where they're at, man. You just got to love her where she's at. Put yourself in her shoes. You know what I mean? If anything, she had a tougher lifestyle than you did, honestly. So when you start putting
Yeah,
yourself
but
in other
y'all
people's
fought
shoes,
the battle together. That's
you
rare.
know, and that's
Look,
it, man.
look,
We
17,
did
18 years, 20 years later. How long you guys been together?
about 18, going on 19 in December, I believe. Right, babe? Babe.
That's beautiful. Hey, Monica, man, I love kicking it with. We gotta have her back on here, but I know she's going on the hookah lounge show this weekend. But we gotta bring her back. That to this day, that was one of my favorite episodes we did on here. I know that was like the first one. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? But
I don't know
I
about
love
that
kicking
one,
it
man.
with Monica, man.
She has a lot to say, that lady. She has a lot to say,
Yeah,
you know. But those were the expectations, man, I had in my relationship. And now, we have a beautiful daughter. And we're trying to nurture and mature her, and make her realize the things that are taking place in society, man, because it's gonna take me and her, you know what I mean, to develop a positive seed in my daughter's life, where she can make those proper decisions. So we know the expectations are slim, and I don't have to worry, because my daughter already knows. And us as parents, we got to influence our kids, and we have to teach them, what's going on, and we have to communicate with them, and all that freaking letting the game console and all these
yeah.
phones take over. I'm gonna tell you, if you
Because
guys
they taking over. They already took over, Big D.
over, man, they did. You guys are gonna lose your kids like that.
You're gonna
man.
be talking to your kids like, yeah. Hold on one second.
Yeah. And then what? And then you're gonna be talking to your kids behind the prison wall, man. You know what I'm saying? And then what? And what are you gonna tell your son then? Oh, I wanted to play GTA. Well, here you are, man.
But you know what too? Like, not to talk the moms, but I've seen it personally, bro. Like, they start giving these kids nowadays how they really raised up with the phones. They give the kids the phone, like the kids already tell mom, give me your phone, mom. So they're already programmed, even if they're playing games, but they're already programmed on this phone early now, bro. 3 and 4 years old, they're already, mom, give me your phone, and they give them the phone.
So we're the prodigy of their success and their failures, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, that's what I'm saying. When the next generation grows up, we're expecting them to understand, go to school, socialize with your friends, get a good education, if you see something, report it, and they don't. They honestly don't, man. I see kids that when they see a fight, they'll record it on social media, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the first thing they do.
And let me tell you, like, the only reason why I speak on certain things like this is because I could testify because I lived it. My daughter was right there. She done it. She got suspended. She didn't even do none of the recording, anything. Guess what? But her face was on that picture, man. And she was, it's like accessory to murder. If you're there and they catch you with your picture, you're involved, man. You know what I mean? Because you didn't say anything, dude. So that's how I know, how these kids and how they're social, they're recording. It's a lot of times it's our fault, man. So it's a self-evaluation as parents and adults that we got to conduct and see and make sure that we're doing the proper things, man. I don't do it perfectly, people. I don't, honestly. But I'll be darned if I don't try.
He said everyone trying to go viral. That's the whole thing, though. This internet has so much big effect on people where, how we used to back in the day, everyone like want to go to Hollywood to whatever, or people that wasn't from LA, they want to come to Hollywood to make it big. Now people have a shot at making it big on YouTube, bro, by uploading a certain video. So everyone, like Shawnee said, is trying to go viral, bro, one way or the other. It's sad.
Oh my God.
Everyone want to go viral, bro.
Shots on that one, G-Lew, pop.
Man, shit. Everyone is trying. Hold up. Where we at?
Oh my God.
There we go. Everyone is trying to go viral, man.
Shame on me. Fool me once, or shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you.
Said adults be doing the same thing too. Yeah.
It's
See, the cold part about this generation now is everyone is in the same. See, that when we came up and before us, it was a separation, man. Like our moms, our parents, it was a separation. It was totally, we didn't have any involvement in what they, it was separation. Now everyone is in the same type. Everyone has the phone. You guys are looking at the same. Mom is in the next room. You thinking, and then the kids in the next room on the same thing, bro. Yeah, seriously, bro.
And you got no food in the refrigerator. Man. Everybody got a freaking $500 iPhone.
Oh my God.
They got no food in the refrigerator, lights going out. Man. You know what I mean? It's just crazy, bro. You could have said it any better right now, Pops. Everybody wants to be on social media. They want to hit that freaking video, man. You don't think,
man.
It's just a lot of all day, man. And let me tell you, not everybody's gonna make it.
Yeah, not everybody's gonna make it. Let's talk about it. That's the cold part about it, man. It's just like the lottery. But see, why is lottery so big? And to this day, 5 people you can count yourself that play that shit every day. Why is it still so big? Because people feel they have a shot at it. Same with the YouTube, like you say, it's a 90% of the people not gonna make it, 90% of the people not gonna win, but they play every freaking day, every day.
They're expecting to win, bro.
Yeah, real shit, man.
When they give their $5 up, the expectations are slim.
Are slim, real slim, bro. Man, and then you have some people that do win, right? But when by the time they win, they just getting back the little bit of the 10% of what they gave. They be happy as hell. Like, I just won, yeah. Yeah, you gave shit. Just getting back a little bit, man. Taxes.
I keep it real.
You get your taxes back at the end of the year, man.
Hey, I'll keep it real. Big D plays a lot of bro. I ain't gonna lie, dog.
Man, I try. I just never. My pops always told me he played it a lot. He said you always his major saying was you can't win if you don't play. I get it,
That's what it is, man.
but I just
And
never.
whoever said that Mexicans always win, that's a damn lie, dog. Because I haven't won yet. You know what I'm saying? Mexicans will always win, dog. You know, that's keeping it real, right, bro. You know?
Let's talk about it,
let's
man.
talk about it. Hey, I got something on the book that I want to read out. Is that cool?
Go ahead, bro.
All right.
Preach.
I'm gonna read it out
Preach.
to you guys. Okay?
Reverend D, keeping it real.
It says,
Let's go.
how do you respond to moments of truth in your life? There is a considerable difference between sitting and doing nothing and standing and doing what is right, man. Okay? That's just basically it, man. We got to stand for our children, people. We got to stand for our future. We got to stand for one another. Doesn't matter what color you are, man. Doesn't matter, you know, as long as the people are preaching and teaching the good news and are trying to stay positive, and whatever their situation is, don't judge us either, man. You know, just like he said, you know, this killing that affected over here in California. We don't know what was wrong and going with the individual's life. You don't even know how these police officers, how innocent they were. But not to say that they aren't and they weren't. All I know that day and every day that people are dying, man, you know, and we shouldn't be dying suffering. We should be dying, you know what I mean, with positivity and happiness, man. You know, so, you know, a big shout out to that. But this is the type of platform that comes out that we try to acknowledge or distribute and conduct, you know what I mean, sensitivity, you know, spirituality, you know, humbleness and all that other good stuff, man. And nobody likes to even deal with that, man. No, we don't even like to be conservative to the next people. You see a lady stand up, a gentleman, man, he'll let her stand up the whole time. You know what I heard? You're like, oh, wow, she has 2 legs. She's 18 years old. She can stand. But you know what I mean? What are the expectations? You know, we're supposed to do the right thing, man. Hey, you know what, ma'am? You know, you can have the seat. I'm a man. I'll stand up, you know? And it's not even out there, man.
Right. Man, Big D. And I know everyone out there, don't you just feel like you know, we just left church. He just gave the word, man, and now we want to open up the church doors to anyone out there that wants to come up right now and feels in their heart that they want to be saved.
Yeah,
you can come up right now. You can come up here right now and give your life. You know, he said if you ask for forgiveness for your sin. No, I'm just playing around. But that's what Big D gave me right there. Go ahead, Big D. Go ahead, Big
D. In all transparency, that's how easy it is, man. You know.
Yes, sir.
You know, you come with open arms. You know what I mean. You confess your feelings and your sins, and God will forgive them, man. But let's at the same time, as humankind, as society, you know, let's do the same thing. You know, and, you know, if you feel you're not a spiritual person, I respect that. But do it the way the Bible says. Do what you do it to others, man. You know. The way I want to conduct myself, that's the way I want to treat you guys. It's the way I want to build a relationship. You know, we're growing, we're smashing, you know, we're thriving, we're learning, you know. So, hey, we appreciate all you guys and everything. We need your support. You know, we still have a support system. That's what we need is a support system, man, you know, to tell you the truth, man. You know, nobody handed me the book and said, hey, this is how you had to be a father. Hey, this is how you have to be. You have to be a gang member. Hey, this is how it is. I had to learn everything, like sister said, you know, earlier, Shawnee. You know, it comes with learning experience and not only that, but you putting in your effort, man. Shit, back in the days, I put 113% of gang banging, man.
And the wrong stuff.
I never went to prison, you know, but I'll tell you what, man, shouldn't be here right now. You know what I'm saying? Whether locked up or in a casket, and that's keeping it real, man. You know, I didn't have to go experience it, live that kind of people. And a lot of these people, these channels that are prison channels, look, they're all fighting with each other. They have their differences. I'll say that. You know, but we're surpassed that. We're growing. You know what I mean? I want to see the next person, man. Hey, if Joker wants me to pray for his back, hey, Joker, you know what? In Jesus' name, you're healed, brother. You know, it's that easy, bro. Why we make it so hard? But people don't even want to turn into that narrative. You know, their expectations, they want to exploit, you know, prostitution. You know, they want to exploit homosexuality over there. And like it's right in front of you eating. And they're not ashamed about it. So why should we, people? There's no reason to stand up for, you know, how did who sings that song? Was that DMX? Stand up, you know, stand up, man. You know, you got to stand up.
Big D, I told you, he preaching tonight, man. I'm just letting him go, man. See, really what Big D doesn't know is real talk, people. Even when we started this show right here, this podcast, let's talk about it. This is what I wanted and expected. I'm just really you know, this is the G-Lew show, but I play the co-pilot. When we get on this show here, Big D, I'll let you go, man, because I know you have things to talk about, and I know you're going to bring it, bro. You know what I mean? So this is already what I expect. And when we started this show, this is what I expected. You know what I mean? I want Big D to we're gonna talk about it. You know what I mean? But Big D is gonna come in and man lead the charge on this, man, because I know he has a lot to talk about and to say, and it could come across the way it needs to be. You know what I mean? And
Right.
so Big D
And that's
keeping it
both,
real.
and that's both of us, man. To be honest with you, like I said, this is not my platform, it's not my show, but I'm excited and I'm very fortunate and blessed to be the co-host of this. I got my own channel, and it's growing. I'm a small little thing, but it's all right though because the smaller things that are hidden, they obviously grow, bro. So I'm not looking. What I mean, have enough people and enough support right here. I got a great co-host, man. His channel's just growing. Just make sure you guys just share, like, subscribe, and hear us out first before you make a decision, man. And I guarantee you, compared to everything else, unless you like that negativity, man, hey, who doesn't like drama, right?
Right.
So
Shout out to everyone out there tonight. Thanks for tapping in, joining us, man. We had a great topic of discussion, great conversation. We talk about it, and we did tonight. We talked about expectations. This is the part 2 series. Part 1 was limitations. If you missed that, go back and check it out. It's in the archive. But tonight
right.
we talked about expectations, and we covered a lot. We covered a lot of ground of expectations, whether it be personal, relationship, political. You know what I mean? Gang
There's a
related, all of it. We talked about it tonight.
and there's
You know what I
much
mean?
more, man. You could put expectations in many forms. It's a word. You know what I mean, and it should be exploited, and it should be mentioned, and that's why we're mentioning a word that's definitional and that has a meaning to it. And that's what we try to do is bring the meaning.
That part in that order. And Big D, once again, we'll get ready to wrap it up. But Big D, tell the people where they can get at you and all that, your platforms, your handles, and everything. Let them know
All
where they
right,
can reach Big D for
appreciate that, man.
consultation.
If you guys want to rock with me, you guys want to hang, you guys want to check out my videos, you guys are more than welcome. You can find me on my YouTube channel, Big D Keeping It Real. Also, I do other things on my Instagram. It's Keeping It Real RF. Once again, Keeping It Real RF. And, I have those two platforms. I go out and I let you guys see that I don't talk about it. I be about it. If I say I'm hiking, I'm hiking. If I say if I'm working out, I'm working out. If you see me at church, that's where I'm at, and that's what I try to do. I don't have the keeping it real for a reason, you know what I'm saying? But once again, I'm not perfect. I'm only human like everything else. But whatever I give, like Joker said, it's 113%. I have that passion and that love. And I want to say big shout out to everybody, all you guys who came out here, Alia, Shawnee, Lori, Richard, my wife, Joker, all you guys who are supporting us, man, who come by, swing by, and support this panel, man. It's a solid rock right here. You know what I'm saying? So we're just building, we're just grinding. I want a big shout out to DD Hairston, man. Make her check her out, and all the clothing line and DJ, Mr. DJ, was it DJ Maniac? Everybody that's on
DJ
this show, man.
Maniac. Yeah.
I'll let G-Lew take it over there so he can give his shout outs, man. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys, man, and we'll be back next week.
Big
Go ahead.
D keeping it real. Shout out to my boy Big D. Like I said again, appreciate you, homie. This was the reason for the show tonight, so we can talk about it. But I wanted you to really be able to have a voice, man. So I'm glad you're doing that, and I'm glad to be a part of everything we're doing. Secondly, yeah, shout out to our sponsors, BTP Media Group, the GLewShow.com. That's the website. Everything affiliated with the G-Lew Show. Shout out to DD Hairston, our producer, Street Level Clothing, and One World Magazine. Right. Also, shout out to our shows as well. Saturday's Conversations in the Hookah Lounge. Monica will be there this Saturday, so make sure you tune in. She'll be back on the show. Love 2018 done. She'll be there this Saturday. Conversations in the Hookah Lounge. DD. Also, this Friday we got a special interview with a dude. Man, it's gonna be pretty dope. I'm gonna be co-hosting with the homegirl Long Beach Lala, who co-hosts with Didi on Saturdays. We're gonna interview this brother that's been locked up in prison for a minute, and it's pretty deep. So tune in Friday night for that, and Sunday, Oldies Rule Forever Sundays. Number one rated show. Me,
Oldies and
Nay
soldiers,
Love,
baby.
oldies, the feed 'em at Rollers. We do that, homie. So tune in 9:30 Sunday nights Pacific time. All right.
Hey,
And
Pops, real quick.
what
Hey,
up,
Pops,
homie?
real quick. Hey, man, you did a heck of a job on that Credible Javier, man. Those oldie Rushmore.
Oh yeah, that was dope. I had fun. Thanks, bro. I
Ooh-wee.
really enjoyed that though, man. I had
Man,
fun, man. I
you guys
enjoyed
were on
that one,
fire
bro.
that day. It was a
Yeah,
lot
I
of
enjoy that.
controversy going on there,
Yeah,
man. There
I
was a lot of
enjoy that.
hard to pick, man. You know what I mean? But big
Yeah.
shout out to Incredible Javier, man. I did his thing.
Yes, sir. Javier, what up? My homie Big Paul too, LA Times.
Check him out. Cholo
So
Trucker.
yeah, Cholo Trucker, my boy too. So check it out. We'll be back next Monday. Let's talk about it. Big D keeping it real, G-Lew. Thanks again to everyone. Have a great week. All of that. We're out of here.
Prayers,
Peace.
everybody. Prayers.